Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're having a look at a ship straight from the Steam Workshop with many of the new blocks from the Industrial Pack. I really wanted to find a ship this week that kind of was rebuilt or utilised a lot of the new pack. So we've got beams, we've got the new tanks, we've got everything, but this is quite a bit smaller than the usual size of the ships that we are used to looking at. But to me, it has a totally different look to the standard Space Engineers ships that we're used to looking at. Just the shape, the round element of it, and the connection ports. It doesn't feel like it's from Space Engineers to a degree, but then you recognise some of the more familiar features, like the cockpit there and whatnot, and you can soon see it is a Space Engineers craft. So let's have a look about the beautiful exterior, and then we'll jump inside to see the very limited interior of this ship. So having a look at the front here, we have this stripy sort of, I don't know if it's like a collision warning type arm here in the middle, so if you hit something at the front it doesn't rip straight into your hydrogen thrusters. And then we've got use of the beams here. Now this is quite an interesting use. This is not just a solid beam that runs around the front here, so they've used the curved parts of the beam, connecting them around, allowing for a little bit more light into this area. One thing I am a little bit disappointed about the beams is just the top plainness of the actual beam itself. The block has a lot of nice detail, including the bolts and this area with some nice beveled edges as well, but the actual top of the beam itself is very plain and simple. There's no weld marks or other things that would kind of give you the idea that it's a metal beam. So there we've got the new thrusters in there, and tucked behind, staying with this very round theme, we have the new circular conveyors. Very cool indeed. And when the actual thrusters, the hydrogen thrusters, are tucked in like this with the new configuration, they do really look quite nice. So moving a little bit further back here, you can see that we've got a connection port in this area that is actually on a piston. So this can extend out to various different docking areas. And underneath here, you can see it's on a double sort of piston. So the piston comes up this way, but you can see the actual tank is wired down through the bottom, giving it that really industrial look. They've done a real good job, Kane, with this pack, making it feel like it's industrialized. And with players taking it to the next level like this, you can see how connecting these hydrogen tanks together like this in this manner, they just seem to fit together flawlessly with a little bit of railing work there on the top. They just really look quite cool. You can see as it's connected into this area, that is just the adapter and the kind of lid area, but they fit together absolutely flawlessly and it looks beautiful. Just that segment there it's Space Engineers, but not Space Engineers at the same time. So lovely work. I like how the beam is simple on the top. You can see it reminds me of like a modern day giant fuel type cargo carrier with these larger balls for containing gases. Now coming along the side here, we have ourselves the cockpit itself that's connected directly up to a little assembler, I believe, behind it. Or is this a oxygen production? I cannot tell because it's tucked behind the panels. And we've got the new panels in action. Once a mod, now finally in the hands of players, and you can do some serious work with it. You can build some really cool things, as well as skirts and things for armoured vehicles. Coming over this side, more panels extending out. I don't know if this is representing like a folded out solar panel. That would be quite cool. Maybe some of these little panels that are solar panels would be a cool thing in the future as well, so you could kind of wrap the solar panels around your grid and build a bit more advancedly. So coming to this middle segment, you see where the beamwork has been repeated from the front, and then it wraps around some more of the important components, such as the jump drive. And if we actually tuck in here, you can see the piping connecting that area up, as well as some battery storage in there. That's quite a nice addition. So that's kind of really all the interior we've got for this ship. We've not got anything too fancy going on. And at the back, we have the large thruster right here with these cool little tail pylons. Let's jump in and take it for a little bit of a test flight, but before we do so, we don't get too worried, we'll put the field of view back to normal. So popping my character over here, you can kind of feel the scale of this thing. We can also have a look at its manoeuvre, fire up our thrusters, and we should have some great acceleration. Like I thought, this would be perfect for outrunning some pirates on a crazy hydrogen run from an ice planet to a moon base or a place that's not got much ice at all in it. Very cool indeed. Let's rotate it around to the right. Yeah, we've got good movement. Let's have a look at stopping. Stopping is a little bit slower. We've only got 3 thrusters slowing us down. This also comes in a cargo variant that I also want to take a look at as well. So what's quite cool about this ship as well is when we switch it over to the cargo variant, it's as simple as this. So you could take these tanks away. You could take your railings away like so. And by deleting these like so, we now have ourselves the cargo variant. We just need to clean these little grids up if we can. They're a bit hard to grab, aren't they, because they're all thin like so, and we can use the new boxes. So let's try clearing these up the best we can. Let's get our cargo crates in. So this is the new large industrial cargo crate, and these just slot in here like this. That I think is really cool. They've left them in this configuration on their blueprint, and like so it fills up this cavity. I don't know if them bits will remain. And you get, I think it's 6 cargo containers in this. I like the idea of how you can adapt it very quickly for the mission, especially if you're going to be some sort of trader of a kind. When you're whacking in cargo supplies like that, you might need to do a cargo run one way and a hydrogen run the way back. But what you could also do, in theory, is you could take off them, you could access your hydrogen tanks and adapt to the mission itself. Add in what you need into this area, and say for instance you were going to do a transport of actual people. This area is just totally adaptable for what every mission, well, any mission that you want. You can access and build yourself a little storage cabin for the people in this area. You can even just wall this area up with panels. So if we just grab ourselves panels like so and we have a look through them, the panels fit really nicely around this area as well, like that. Oh, not that particular panel, we want the double, I think. Let's fit a double in if we can. Rotate that in place. Let's try to find the chunky one. So the 2 panels at different levels, and we can start to build ourselves like that a crew quarters area in the middle. So the central area of the ship is perfect and very adaptable for lots of projects. So really cool design, real nice detailing and use of the new blocks. Let me know what you think you'd convert that central area to. Would it be filled with warheads? Would it be a nice peaceful crew quarters? Could you build a hangar perhaps out of it and have some ships launched from it, maybe for a mining operation? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. There'll be a link in there to this there as well.